I'm Nyesha McCauley, and you're watching AccessTV.org.
Good morning. We'd like to welcome everybody to the challenge. Today we have a special guest. Just for myself personally, I love the arts. I love being creative and people that could create entertainment. So we have a returning guest, one of the more dynamic people in our city, out doing something that takes a great amount of courage and forethought and doing a good job. We have Miss Stacy May. How are you doing, Stacy?
I'm doing great. And yourself?
I'm doing all right. Now, last time you were here, we talked about a couple of your books, and now, and also we mentioned that you were doing some shows, and that's kind of been progressing, which is what I like to see, and I think everybody in our community likes to see when people kind of go through that transformation. So now you've migrated into more elaborate productions. What are you working on now?
I'm working on my last play of the year. It's called Sunday Mess, right before Christmas. So it's play number 6 for me.
Wow.
Yep.
Now, Sunday Mess is roughly, not, without too many details, because we want everybody to come out and see it. What is Sunday Mess about?
Well, it's basically about a group of people that are in relationships. You have 3 different relationships, and it's always around Christmas time. The women, we love to shop, and, the guys are not too keen on it. But it's basically we get in a little bit into, like, relationships, and then it has a lot to do with some religion also, because there's this woman that plays in it, and she's married, and her husband, he goes, he's a church-going man. She's not. So pretty much it's to let people see that sometimes the reason why people don't go is because they get turned off by what they see people of God do.
Okay.
So but it has a little bit of everything in it. It's not strictly about religion. It's about relationships, religion, and just like family. And but I don't want to give it all away, but it's a really good look, and it's a really good write, and it's a really good play.
All right, so we definitely want people to come out and see that. And then just the process of coming up with an idea and doing the play and your feedback from people in the community, how's that been going as far as you create stuff, people are supporting you?
Actually, I get a lot of good feedback. I have not gotten any negative feedback. After the play, people come up, they love the realness of it. They love that they can relate to it. Mm-hmm. I do stuff, anything I do, it'll be relatable. And I write based on what I hear people talk about and what I see. A lot of it is, experience. Mm-hmm. Some of it is other people, stuff I hear people talk about they might want me to do. And, people say, do something on relationships or do something on this, So I kind of listen to the community and people around me and just listen to people talk and kind of see what I need to put out there.
And you use people from our community.
Yes.
So you use local people to be in your shows. Yes. And is it the same personnel or do you bring different people in or are you a mix?
Anyone I use as of now, some of the people been with me from the start, from the very beginning when I did the cover. I still have some of my cast members from that. But a lot of people I use are people I personally know, and I always seem to see something in the person that I can bring out of them. So, and we all just blend together and have great chemistry, and we just get together and I get the script and we read it and put it together and make it happen. So I like to use people from our community because we have a lot of talented people in our community. But you don't know until you reach out and touch somebody and give them that opportunity. And when they come see them, they're just like, wow.
Yeah, and one of the other things that happens, I guess, is that when you sit down, do you know, like when you sit down to do something like Sunday Mess or any of the previous productions, do you know where it's going to go? Do you have an idea? How is that process when you get from, because one of the things about the creative process is for the most part in somebody's mind and somebody's experience. So how do you get it from your thoughts to actual production?
Production. You know what? To be honest, it just comes to me. I don't really have to think about it. I just start writing, and I'm always thinking. I have so many projects in the near future to do that are already written, like, which is really like a blessing. I mean, like, really, I'll just think of something. I could just come up with a title and say I'm writing it. Like Sunday Mass, I just was like, I'm gonna write something that's Christmassy, but also have something to do with religion. Also, I hear little stuff being said and people not happy about certain things. So I said, I'm going to make it into a play. And I just sit down and just, as I create the characters, I just know how would I want that character to be, or how I want that, and I just start writing and putting it together and calling my cast members and saying, listen, I got this play I wrote. And so it just really comes naturally. I don't really put too much thought into it. I just know visually what I want, and I just make it happen.
One of the things also is that, like, you're like a local treasure, and I like the Hartford community, and a lot of people like the Hartford community, but as you move forward, like, we don't want to lose someone like yourself. So do you think that you would the bright lights might call on you and you might just leave where do you think you fit into the Hartford community if you progress to a point of regional or national status? Are you still going to love us here in Hartford?
Oh, yeah. Well, my goal is this. I'm not going to be one of the people that become great, because I am going to become great. But this is where I'm from. This is where I get my stories from, right here in our community. Okay. I'm bringing something, a different venue to the table, which is theater. I actually want to have my own, I want to call it like a book lounge, where people can come in from our city, and people can come into us to work with us. I don't want to just leave Connecticut and do something different somewhere else. I mean, I'm definitely going to travel with it, but this is home. So I want people to come into Connecticut, Hartford, Connecticut, and see our plays, our shows. I want to do a musical next year. Okay. I have so much stuff that I want, and I have planned for our city. I'm not trying to just take the talent and run. Right. I'm trying to keep the talent here and just make it a big picture so people could come from Atlanta or Hollywood and say, hey, we're going to go to Connecticut, Hartford, Connecticut, and see this big production done by Stacy May. She's really big. I mean, I'm not trying to really move to travel to entertain, yes, but to leave forever and say I'm from somewhere else, no. Oh,
okay. Now, you started out writing books. Now, do you have any books that you're going to be working on? Or?
Yes. I have a book that's called I'm in Boot Camp with God. I'm not done with it. I'm halfway through, and since I've been doing my plays, I've been really focusing on that, and I haven't gotten back to my book. So the beginning of next year, I'm going to try to finish up my third book and have it out by spring. So that'll be book number 3.
Now, Boot Camp with God.
I am in boot camp. Do you hear me?
What does that mean? What is someone that?
That means I'm a work in progress. I'm learning as I get into my God for transformation. I'm not there yet, but I'm learning. I'm not perfect. I'm not going to take a title. I think you shouldn't take a position if you're not ready to fill it. All right. You just shouldn't.
Now, a lot of your productions have a theme. Now, do you see yourself kind of staying amongst a certain theme, or because it's a lot that happens in our community and a lot of subjects that, they're delicate, but they don't get addressed by people. Do you see yourself moving into?
Oh yeah, I have a lot of stuff that's written. I have a domestic violence play that I want to do. I'm definitely going to cover stuff that people don't touch. I'm that person. I'm touching it. Right. Because it needs to be heard and said. I think you can grow from stuff when you can bring something to light and people can kind of see themselves, especially for the kids. I have a bullying play that I want to do next year that's called Bittersweet. Because bullying is so worldwide, and it's not just kids that get bullied, adults get bullied too. Right. At work, at home, workplace, everywhere. So I'm not just gonna stick to one. I love to do comical stuff because a lot of stuff I've done is hilarious. I mean, we go through enough in life, get somewhere every 2 months and laugh and enjoy something. That's big, know. So I'm definitely gonna touch on a lot of things that people might be like, oh my God, I can't believe she. But they're also going to be thank God somebody did it, because people need to see certain things happen here. Right.
So. Now, so as someone that's creative, what do you do for entertainment? What kind of shows and movies are appealing to you? There's one that's out there that I've been surveying people unofficially about the 12 years of a slave, and I think personally I came to the conclusion that I don't want to see it. but like shows like that talk about our history, or what is it that you go see?
I'm definitely a big movie person. I like to see anything that's gonna tell a story. That's gonna I'm gonna get something out. I love comedy, but I'm also like deep stuff, like the movie you were talking about. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen also the one Oprah was in. What's the name of that movie?
Oh, The Butler.
The Butler.
Okay.
But I mean, I love stories like that. I'm gonna wait until Exhale, girl. I like the girly flicks,
Okay.
But Sex in the City, 1 and 2. I mean, I love stuff like that. But I'm actually started writing a script for a movie myself, actually, and I thought of one that I'll probably start next month. And it's called Aire, and it's going to be about 3 different background young men that's going through different lifestyles, but they're all best friends. And I want to shoot it right here in Hartford.
Okay.
So that's like something in the near future. Also, one called Catch 22. That's about a relationship. So that one, I think that's going to be big.
So don't tell me you want to leave the theater, because
No, I'm not.
To me, that's one of those.
I'm not going to leave the theater.
Experiences that one of the things I like about what you do is that this is a different experience. So people that haven't seen a live production, they might not understand the dynamic of it. Like when you see something on TV, it's
different.
cut.
Yes, but when you're there live, it's a really different effect, because you can see the people and touch them afterwards.
Right, and they're real, they're right there. And it's a different
experience. What I love about it. It is.
And it's the value to our community. I think that people like yourself that do live shows, that do productions that are different, because I know there's some people in Hartford that are doing like the whole movie thing and all of that, and then a lot of stuff they do, and then you got to work at. But yours is like, I buy a ticket and I go see the show.
I'll never leave theater. That's my thing. And I love to see people transform. Plus, I want a lot of people to get into theater. The young people don't think theater is cool until they go see it.
Right.
Because I had a few young people come to one of my shows out at the Mixed Lounge when I did one, and they were like, I've never been to a live play, but I really like it. I love it. So, people try to come out and get involved in the theater, because it's really a cool place to be. It's really nice to see people come to life on stage, because you get to see yourself up there even though you're not up there.
Right.
And you get to experience like the real raw feelings that we have when we transform into a character.
Now, are these school appropriate? Like, could this be done at a high school, or it's a little more adult for?
No, they could be done in high school. You just have to edit some of the stuff.
Okay, so you have to edit the content.
But a lot of my stuff is, like I said, you really will have a good time and laugh, because everything that you hear, you don't heard it before if you don't set it, and it's just on stage now, and you can definitely relate. And to be honest, as a kid, I've seen and heard a lot, and I was a kid.
Right.
I mean, all reality, I don't think any child in their household that has not heard a cuss word. You're going to get the basic shit down.
Right.
Because you hear your parents or whatever. So it's not like, I'm not going to fall back on how I do my shows, because I like for it to be real. And I wouldn't allow kids to come see something that's like really graphic or whatever, but I do let people know. In some of my shows, we do basic cursing, shit, not nothing they have, not the B word or the F word, just damn basic stuff.
Right.
So I do put that out there. So it's not nothing that your kid gonna be scarred from or have nightmares. No.
So this is Sunday, December 15th, which is coming up in about a month from now. So people that want to go, where is it going to be at, and how would they get tickets?
It is going to be at Uptown Vibes on Main Street, in the banquet hall side, December 15th. Tickets are $15, $20 at the door. There's a number you can call for tickets, 860-719-6061. So I'm hoping to see a lot of my people from the community come out. Those that live out far, come into Hartford and check out my play. It's my play number 6. It's my last play of the year, so I'm very, very excited. And you just got to come see me and my cast members do our thing. I work with a bunch of great people that I love, and we all have a great chemistry on stage. So if you want to see a good stage play and have a great time before the new year come in, you have to be December 15th, you have to be at Uptown Vibe, 4 p.m. Doors open at 2. I'll have light food. There's a cash bar. Just come out and have a good time.
And what I like about our community is the pre and day of the event pricing. Only in our community we have the advance ticket and the $20 at the door. That's indicative of the African American community, but that's what makes it special, because we have little things that are part of our community. But I hope everyone comes out and supports this. I know I finally will be able to attend, because my schedule has been where I couldn't come when you had your shows the other time, so I will be there, and I'm looking forward to it. And I want to thank you so much for coming in. So remember, everybody, Sunday Mess, December 15th, 4 p.m. Doors open at 2. $15 in advance and $20 at the door. Thank you for coming in.